Hello and welcome to Running Hot, blazing trails through the Netrunner scene in Australia. Today we have a great game between myself, Jackson, and Sean. I'm playing the outfit and Sean's playing Essa. With me, I've got Connor here. How you doing, Connor?
Yeah, good, good. Excited for this game?
Yes, this was quite a fun game between myself and Sean. Essa is always an interesting matchup when you're playing as Corp because you just could potentially lose half of your deck right out the gate. So you really want to protect HQ at the beginning to avoid the Chastushkas.
Yeah.
You
And
like to play Asa, right, Connor?
yeah, I know I'm running Lamb. I know Sean's is he's trialing the Asaris crew or whatever they're called. I know
Arisaris
that's
crew,
the
yeah.
kind of flavor he's on. Anything particularly exciting about your outfit? You running super deep ball hole or anything?
Not anymore. I used to have a borehole deck, and I can say that I have won at least one game with the borehole trigger. But I'm not doing that in here. This is kind of a glacier fast advance hybrid. So the idea is to get to 4 bad publicity as quickly as possible, and then just fast advance out my regulatory captures and hostile takeovers, um, or and above the law if I need to. So I've got tools like Audacity in there to help me close the game out. And then yeah, for the glacier side, pretty standard outfit package.
Are you
Valentau.
running the? Because I mean, you've got the Audacity. I think I can see a hostile in hand. Are you running
Yep,
the 5/3s as well? Have you got like a bit of a spread on the agendas?
I do. I've got two of the new Basalt Spire agenda. Um, just because I think running all 2 pointers, it does make it easier to fast advance, but um, if I don't too many agendas, it's a bit of an issue. Now I have workshopped the deck around with Sean. We've discussed the
Well,
deck.
you're starting up too.
We're
So
starting, yeah.
yeah, I didn't quite catch that. Did you mulligan or did you keep that hand?
I think I kept that hand. I've got ice. I've got an agenda.
Yeah, that's a good hand.
In hostile takeover at the beginning is really good.
Yeah,
Um, because I just want to shore up my centrals, and then next turn I'm going to drop the hostile and just get it out of hand.
yeah. So you've opened with the hedge fund to ice.
Yep,
The plan's hostile
classic
next turn, and Devil Charm
Sean's.
early's pretty scary, especially knowing he's got Arasaris crew.
Yes, yeah, it is a problem. My deck has a lot of high strength ice. I built this with some degree of um wanting to work around the RSRS crew. So I've got tools like Isaac, the new Bioroid upgrade that gives +2 strength to all advanced dice in a server.
Yeah,
The idea is that you combine that with the um, the high strength dice like Valentau and Trebuchet to get to strength 8, which you still can take. You can still take them out with the crew and Devil Charm, but you need to take a tag, and Essa is a bit less keen on that than Seb would be.
yeah.
So
And
it
I
just
can
makes it
see
a bit more
here
awkward.
you've done what you said, which was the hostile takeover immediately. You got your first bad pub.
I got
Um,
17 credits.
yeah, and Sean's already this is his second core damage. We kind of missed it earlier, but his first core damage, I think you sabotaged two off the top of the deck, and he also hit the steel skin, which was a good open for him.
Yes, yeah.
And you've got
It
was that two
always
more
feels
off
good.
the top of the deck?
That might have been, yes.
Yeah,
I should
that's
keep
pretty
a closer
scary.
eye on my deck. Sean's checking. You do want to check every now and then, but nothing milled off the top.
Yeah.
Tomb of Viruses in the bin, though, means, well, in this matchup, I'm not too concerned about something like Plot. Um, I mean, Essa in the whole doesn't run a lot of viruses.
Yeah, I don't remember if he's running Botulus. That'd probably be the main one, Botulus or Fermenter.
Yeah,
So that's the double
definitely.
ice on HQ. I guess to protect against the Chachushka that you were talking about. And I think I just seen
Yes,
two, no, just
we
one
see
Chachushka in Sean's hand.
one in hand, yeah. And he's also running Bravado, which I thought I was surprised to see him play that because it's such a high influence card to import. But I mean, it's really good. Um,
Yeah.
and it makes sense because Essa is often a bit poor.
Ooh, there goes the
Here we go,
Chachushka.
sniped it.
That's
That's
the
the
Marrow
first.
though. I was saying this to Sean just the other day. My logic for SI is if I don't start with Marrow on my opening hand, I mulligan. I
Yeah,
feel
you
like you
can
just
really get
need it so
hamstrung
badly.
without it. I've had games where you don't see it and it just really limits what you can do, especially against some corps. It gets risky to go down too low.
Yeah. And for you, I think that was draw install. So
Yeah,
you're digging
looks
for
like it.
something,
I'm
trying to speed
starting to
up.
build a remote. I want to see more bad publicity cards because I don't really want to normally score an agenda. Like I've got regulatory captures, which you can't score them
Yeah.
till you have enough bad pub. And it looks like I've got at least one Basalt Spire in hand. I might be digging for Descent, which actually I think I just found it. So that is going to help me get my agendas back into the deck. So sending a red capture back. I
Now,
might actually be forgetting to do the draw. Oh, there's a red cap in archives. Yeah. Oh, there's the draw. Yep. So
so
you're supposed to
I
draw
don't think
one.
I've played against Descent yet. I assume it's you discard it from hand using the whatever ability and shuffle an agenda from HQ or archives or something.
Yes, it's one of the new expendable type cards, so you can use it effectively as an operation. Draws you one card, and then you can shuffle up to two agendas from HQ or archives into R&D.
Yeah, and I can definitely see a Basalt Spire in hand. That's another hand. So
Yes,
you're pretty rich. But I did see Sean last turn got down the what's his name? Bachelin
Bankar.
or whatever.
Bankar?
Oh, Bankai, yeah. Oh, here
Yeah.
comes the Chatushka. And
Yeah, and now we can get through at least two pieces of ice here because Bankar takes it through. Unfortunately for Sean, I'm going to use the border control to stop the Chastushka. If
yeah,
I don't, Sean can trash it straight away with the crew.
yeah, that's fair. Which is probably worth it.
Yeah. Well, I suppose he would have to take the tag, um, with the crew. Oh, you could still do it. Yeah, you could do it all in one go before you pass priority back. So I have to get trash the border control right away. Otherwise I just it'll get eaten.
And it's worth remembering. So Sean's got 3 core damage, but because of Marrow, he's still got a hand size of 5.
Mm, yeah. Some nice tokens to track them. I enjoy the orbits tokens myself, but I only have the credits.
Yeah. So is that draw install credit or something from you?
I don't think I've installed anything. It
Yeah,
looks
you
like I've
just put
got
one
more
over
agendas in hand.
HQ.
Oh, right, to replace the border control. Yes, yeah, of course. Yeah, but I've definitely got things to protect in there. I think I saw it above the law in there now. Um, Not great, and this is the kind of situation I wanted to avoid by having a lower agenda density with the 5/3s. But it's not really helping me at the moment.
Yeah. So Sean's just doing a lot of drawing at the moment.
Yeah, I mean he can get into any server that he wants to, really. Take some net damage or trash a particularly threatening piece of ice. Um, I'm not entirely sure what he's looking for. Potentially another Chashtushka.
I'd assume just like Chushushkas and finalities and stuff like that. Things to put the
Yeah,
pressure on. A finality would be good. You've only got one piece of ice over R&D, so you can definitely get in.
yeah. Well, here I'm bringing out the above the law using another agenda, which is expendable. That's the slash and burn agriculture. So it's effectively like a small audacity, except it costs a credit. Puts less cards into archives, but it allows me to fast advance out the above the law. And I think what I'm doing here is I'm deciding which of the three resources that Sean has installed I want to trash. I'm not sure. I'm thinking, should I get rid of the crew or should I get rid of Bankar? They're both quite threatening options, and I know that Sean's probably running at least multiple copies of both.
I think I'd go the crew as well.
Yeah, I think Bankar still has a cost involved, and you can only take so much net damage before it's a bit of a problem. And a lot of my ice have more than one subroutine, so it's not a cheap cost to get through them.
Yeah, I guess with the crew as well. Like if you take Banker out, he probably just plays another one and it's whatever. Whereas
Mm.
if even though he's playing the crew, that's still one less crew he's got. If that makes
Yes,
sense.
yeah. means less time invested by me to install more ice and pay more credits.
Here we go.
He's finally running against an ice server, so I'm going to res my Valentau and get the second bad publicity. And now here comes the Bankar fire.
So there'll be 3 draws from raindrops.
Yep. And a good chunk of economy trash there.
He does get that agenda of yours though, which I guess was
Calculated risk.
you expected that to happen.
Yeah, I mean, it gets me closer to that 4 bad publicity threshold. So I don't really mind giving it up. If it stays there for too long, I'll just put it back with another Descent or with Spin Doctor.
Yeah.
But you see, I milled the Spin Doctor. There's one in archives.
And you're on 3 and he's on 2, right?
Yes, yeah. Well, I've got a hostile and then above the law. There's still 3 regulatory captures in the deck for me to get out. So even if Sean steals 1, I can win on the other 2. I prefer not to have to score one of the 5/3s, but I can if I need to. If I have to pivot, I can make a pretty strong server to keep Sean out.
Now, Sean's running hot, which I think is a great card. I think he's less hot on it than I am.
Yeah.
But I think he's got
It
less
is.
things to do in the deck with it.
What do you like to do with it?
Well, I run a couple of liberated accounts, which
Oh yeah.
it's
Okay.
not like they're there specifically for running hot, but it means that sometimes you can just running hot and then just like money up or like do other things. Whereas sometimes you get in a situation where you play running hot for the core damage, and then you don't actually really know what you're doing with the extra clicks.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes you just draw or take credits and doesn't feel that great. The lib account, yeah, you can really bounce up quickly. So I'm playing a card called Under the Bus, which is an old FFG card. First thing it does is give me a bad publicity, which is good. So now I've got 3 out of 4. But because Sean accessed a card last turn, I can now trash one of his connection resources. And of course, all 3 of the resources that he has are connections. So again, I think I'm deliberating between crew or Bankar, and I get rid of the crew.
Yeah. Once again, I think that's the play. Because I mean, Sean's got 3 crew, but I think apart from potentially DJ Fenris, Steve, I don't think he's got any recursion.
Yeah, and I've milled. Well, I not milled, but I've trashed the DJ Fenris from his hand already when he went through the Valentau. So I'm pretty safe, I think. But even then, I still want to shore up my central servers because we're getting to a point where finality could appear and take a good chunk of cards out of my deck.
Yeah. So
and I know those 3, or at least 2 of the red captures are still in there.
Yeah, Sean started with Dr. Nuke.
Yep.
There's a botchless.
Here's the botchless.
So he's got an R&D this turn, I think.
Yeah. Strike fund for more credits. Of course, that's a good combo with the Ghost Tongue, making it effectively a sure gamble.
Yeah. Oh, I was wrong. He didn't go R&D. Maybe he's going next turn. Has he got Finality in hand?
He just drew a Chastushka. I don't know about Finality. The Chastushka might have changed his mind. He might have thought, oh, might pivot. And with a deck like this, there are definitely ice that you need to respect more than one subroutine, like Trebuchet.
Yeah.
If that fires, I can trash his Marrow or the Devil Charm or something that's important to him, or even the Bankar, and then it's even harder to get back in.
So you went at least one ice on the remote, 1 in the remote.
Yep.
And I guess if that's the bad pub card, you can just triple advance it, or even oh, here comes the Finality.
Yep.
And he's got Bankar over that too.
Yeah, I think I probably felt okay since there's no crew that I could safely store an agenda in the remote.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think you might be right that it's probably a regulatory capture.
You're deliberating here on that outer ice,
Yeah. I think we're going for another Valentau.
which gets you the bad pub you wanted, right?
Yes. And I'll get a little rebate.
Oh,
Take the
nice.
Testushka out. I'm very happy about that.
Yeah, I can see you waving your hand.
Yeah. Pretty lucky. A few lucky hits in this, I think. Whatever that is, I don't think it's stealable. We're going to check the next one.
Might have to see if we can zoom the cameras out a bit more next time.
Yeah, it'd be good to see what's being accessed.
There
There's a
goes
spin doctor gone.
spin doctor.
Yeah. I've got that magical for bad publicity, but now I know that there's no agendas in the top 3, which is good because it means that I didn't lose my regulatory captures, but it's bad because I'm not going to find them
Yeah.
very soon.
Well, if we assume that, I don't know if this is correct, but if the piece that you've got in the remote there is an agenda, you go up to 5 points potentially.
I think I need to call something out here. We forgot to do the sabotage for the core damage at the start when the finality was played, so I just milled the top 2 cards, which Sean had already seen.
Yeah.
That could be a deciding factor in what happens.
Yeah. Give yourself a DQ.
Yeah, not something I really want to repeat. Certainly not in a competitive setting. This is a casual game, but that could have made a difference. I don't recall what the next cards are, but here you can see I got a regulatory capture out, which means that the card in the remote could be. No, it's not a Basalt Spire because I've got another one in hand. So I think I'm actually quite flooded.
You reckon the card in the remote's also an agenda? I think that's fair. Like, even if that was an agenda, scoring the Basilisk Spire from, oh, not Basilisk Spire, the Thingo from hand's pretty good.
I actually don't remember. It could even be a Rashida, and I just don't want to
Yeah.
draw, because all the agendas are already in HQ.
All right, you gonna remember this core damage trigger now? So he's played
Uh,
Finality.
he's played it. Yep. We got a Botulus token.
Because you're supposed to core damage before the Finality hits, right?
I'm supposed to sabotage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sabotage, sorry.
I might be thinking about it because I do have a hand of agendas. I hope I'm thinking about it. I'm not just thinking about whether to res or not. Yeah, there we go. So mill 1 from hand and 1 from deck. So I might have actually just made it easier for Sean to see what he needs, because I think he will have known what that top card was. I think Steelskin.
I like how you were confused about the net damage there.
Yeah. All right, let's see what happens. Nothing.
3, 4.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. Because they're all in HQ.
So Sean's currently on 2 points, and you're probably winning next turn?
I think, yes. I think there's a very high possibility of that happening. I know I've got Basalt Spire in hand, which I can't score in one go,
Yeah.
but I think it might be. I might already have the 3rd regulatory capture. I don't recall.
Is he going in the archives? Yeah, I think he was just.
Yeah. So he's getting a couple of cards. So I got 2. Okay, so I dropped the 2 basalts. Now what happens is, as soon as Sean picks up one of them, I can put the other one back into my hand.
Because otherwise he just would have won.
Yes, that's right.
So he's on 6 points, and you just return. Did you, when you got sabotaged a moment ago, did you put one of those basalts into the discard?
Yes, I did, because I knew it would be safe.
Yeah.
I mean, the risk is that if too many agendas get in there, then I just lose. But at least if it's just the 2 basalts, then one protects the other.
That's it. It's exciting.
Yep. Got the
Sean,
red
that was a
card.
much closer game than. Look, Sean almost won in the end there.
Yeah, I mean, like with Essa, you you don't really know. Like I had a lot of agendas in HQ, but they can still just come off R&D, and if you have too many, you just get in trouble. And you see, I'm running two. I got two piranhas protecting HQ.
Yeah.
That's a fun card.
Yeah, cool. All right. We'll close it out there. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Thank you.